my last video, I made mention of people eating without asking how they should eat just because they don't understand nutrition. But anytime they buy medicine, they always ask for prescription to take the medicine. But the food they eat more than 1,000 times in a year, they don't actually care to understand it. As long as you eat food, you will understand this video. And if you watch till the end, you will start seeing food differently from how you've been seeing it. So what is actually nutrition? Nutrition is nothing more other than how the food you eat affects your body. That is the simplest way you can put nutrition. And what are nutrients? Nutrients are those things contained in the food. The food you eat, your body interacts with the nutrients in them. People eat to get energy. People eat to be healthy because nutrition supports your energy, supports your health. Without eating proper food, your immune system will not work properly. I will shock you with this fact that your body doesn't actually understand what is rice, or what is beans, or what is yam, or what is eba, or what is bread, or pizza, or shawarma. No, your body interacts with those things you eat at the nutrient level. So when you eat a plate of food, for example, that contains different classes of nutrients, what your body actually sees are the nutrients in that food. And that will take us to the classification of nutrients. Nutrients are classified into macronutrients, micronutrients, and water. The macronutrients are those nutrients that you actually need in large quantity compared to the micronutrients. The macronutrients include the carbohydrates, protein, fats, while the micronutrients are vitamins and then minerals. When you talk about minerals, we mean calcium, phosphorus, copper, zinc, iron. Then water is the medium of digestion. In fact, water is sometimes considered the most important nutrient because without water, other nutrients cannot work. And you can survive without food for a longer time than you can survive without water. So that is why water is looked at as the most important of all the nutrients. You eat a plate of food that contains carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, and all that. When they get to your body, digestion will take place. The carbohydrates in the food will be broken down to glucose, sometimes a fraction of fructose, but majorly it's always glucose. Then the protein in the food will be broken down to amino acids. The fat in the food will be broken down to fatty acid, cholesterol. And then the minerals in the food will be released. The vitamins in the food will be released. That is basically what your body interacts with. Your body doesn't understand that you gave it rice or beans or whatever. So it interacts with nutrients. Now, going forward, we will understand how these nutrients actually affect the body. And let me let you know one thing, that anything you put in your body, any food you eat, does something in your body. It either helps your body or it harms it. Nothing is eaten for eating's sake. I've been telling people this. Majority of the issues that take people to the hospital are diet related. Either they are overeating it or they are not eating the right food. If you should consider our ancestors that actually lived that long, then you begin to trace it to the kind of food they ate. What did they do? They got their nutrition right. They enjoyed that long life even without praying for it. In the past, people lived up to 100 years. So what actually did these people know that we don't know today? That is the essence of this video. What actually did our ancestors know that actually made them live long that we don't know today? Today, you see a person of 30 years diabetic. There was a video I watched sometime on social media. A child of 9 years old having kidney failure. Today, you hardly see someone above 60 years without suffering from high blood pressure. And it's always go and check your BP, go and check your sugar. It is good to always shake these things. I'm not saying you shouldn't shake them, but people lived without constantly shaking all these things, and they lived longer than we that are actually shaking it. So, what actually happened? What did they know in those days that we don't know today? Sometimes we say that our ancestors were not educated, that we are the ones that are educated, we are the ones that know it all. But then, how is our nutrition? If you should compare them with what they ate and compare it with what we are eating today, you begin to doubt the essence of our education when it concerns nutrition. These are people that didn't have sophisticated equipment to shake their body. They didn't have all those glucose monitoring meter, blood pressure shaking machine, and all that. I'm not saying those things are not good. They are very, very okay. If you have money, buy them. You should have your own. But the thing there is this: they weren't actually shaking all these things like we are shaking it today. But they lived way healthier, longer than what we are seeing today. People frequent the hospitals because of problems coming from what they ate with their mouths. Something actually happened in our generation. Something changed. Why people no longer live healthy? Why people no longer live long? Why we are having cases of young people having diabetes? It wasn't that they were born with type 1 diabetes, which is an autoimmune disease where the body doesn't produce insulin. No, these are people who were born complete, very well, very okay. But along the line, something changed. Something happened, and their body stopped producing insulin, or insulin stopped being recognized by the body. And these things are not far-fetched. They can only be traced to what people eat. That is how important nutrition can be. Even the life you will enjoy at your old age, how healthy you can be at your old age, depends on how you feed your body now. There's kind of food you'll be eating. There are kinds of eating habits you will have. Your body will not have that reserve of strength to actually carry you at your old age. We'll always look at the people that lived before us and learn something from their nutrition. They ate 100% organic food, no processed food. Today, what we are seeing is actually a shift from what it should be. And like I always said, on this channel, I'm not here to police you on what to eat. Eat anything you feel you can eat. My concern is letting you understand how that thing you eat interacts with your body. The slogan on this channel is feed your body the right way. So if I succeed in letting you understand nutrition and making you understand how to feed your body the right way, I have solved the problem. I will not be there to be monitoring you, because all these things people say on social media, don't eat bread, don't eat this thing. But if you go to any bakery in the evening or where they sell bread, it's not always enough. More people are buying the bread than the bread. Like, if you should visit ShopRite, Roban stores, all these fast food, they always make fresh bread. Sometimes bread will not get to you. Sometimes you will need connection to actually get bread. So who are those people on social media watching those videos where they say, don't eat bread again? Nigerians know how to come online and say, I have not eaten bread for the past 1 year. Yet he has a loaf of bread beside him. But some people are not actually eating bread. That's just the truth. Some people are not eating bread. We know that. But the movement here, what I'm doing here is not to force you what you will not eat or what you will eat. When it will come to that bread, I will explain bread to you, what bread actually does to the body. Then it's left for you to know if you will continue eating bread or not. At least understand that if I eat this thing, this is what it is going to do to my body. This is how my body will react to it. So if you have alternative, or you know what you can do to handle that reaction your body will give to it, then fine. So I won't tell you not to eat anything here, but I will only tell you that thing you're about to eat, or that thing you like eating, how it affects your body. That is nutrition. And I believe if you understand how it affects your body, you will begin to make informed decisions about it. For example, if I should bring AK-47 and load it with bullets and drop it, and the only thing remaining is to pull the trigger, you as an adult, you will not be comfortable with that gun, around that gun. In fact, you will just leave the place because you know what it means. But a child who doesn't understand what a gun is, or who hasn't seen where a gun actually causes havoc, can go and pick up that gun and be playing with it. That is why when you have a newborn child, you begin to keep some things away from the child, because the child doesn't actually understand the dangers associated with those things. That's why you see on your packets of drug, keep away from children. Insecticides, keep away from children. That is the truth. But a time comes when that child comes of age, he understands those things. Even when he sees the drug, he won't abuse it, he won't take it and eat, because he has now understood what danger that drug can be to the body. So that is what it means. It actually means that some people are still infants when it comes to nutrition. They don't understand. And that is why they do some of the things they do. Because if you actually understand nutrition, it will be like that child that has come of age to understand that, oh, this packet of drug on the ground, I should take it and keep it somewhere else. It's not for me to eat. But a small child, a child of 2 years learning how to walk, can see that packet of medicine and take it and put inside the mouth. So it boils down to understanding what something can do. It's not a matter of don't eat spaghetti, don't eat noodles, don't eat bread, don't eat this, don't eat that. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to let you understand how that thing you are eating interacts with your body. The choice will always be yours to make, not me deciding for you. It's not a matter of trying to tell you don't eat this, don't eat that, because nobody's actually going to follow you home to know what you cook. When I will get to talking about spices, seasoning cubes, seasoning powders, all those things people use to spice up their food, I won't tell you not to use them. I will only explain it to you. You will know how it interacts with your body. The choice will always be yours to make. That's what this movement is all about. So if you are watching me from Facebook, hit the follow button and share this video. If you are watching me from YouTube, hit the subscribe button and share this video. Share it to your family.